this could be Choo Choo Stu's last stop for quite a while. He did leave us with a cliffhanger last week, and we will have our Cave Crew Radio pre-show topic of discussion. And we have an action-packed Cave Crew Radio show. No planning involved, just input from the hosts. Gives me enough fuel. Give me 90 minutes or better for you, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Choo Choo Stu's last stop on Cave Crew Radio. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is DK. It's the Cave Crew Radio pre-show. A big shout out to Eric Drakes out in the chat. Now I'm pumped up. Now we cannot deliver anything but an A++ show, gentlemen. He tells us he's been listening to the shows just a day later. How is Choo Choo Stu on leftovers, by the way? That's an interesting topic of discussion. How is stale Choo Choo Stu? We have a big show. Choo Choo Stu is he's not leaving us. He never leaves us. He's like bed bugs. They always come back. But he's going back to his schedule next week. So it's up to Big B and I, and if we can finagle a guest or two or whatever the hell we do to entertain you. But this is our chance, Big B, to nail Choo Choo Stu to the wall. No more cliffhangers.
This is it.
This is it. I want to hear about Kenny and Jenny. I haven't slept all week.
The fake limb supplier. I can't wait.
I can't wait for that. And then this whole fucking kerfuffle about a fucking cotton candy maker came up.
Oh boy, fucking DK Biden over here doesn't know fucking.
I'm promoting the show. I'm doing sound checks. It sounded like something Choo Choo Stu would say, but wait for the show. Leave it for the people that are going to download and watch us live when we get on camera in just about 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Choo Choo Stu is here too. He's being very quiet. It's a melancholy night.
Check.
He's got a check. We just did sound checks before we went on the air.
Well, you never know with Stu because he moves and then his mic goes away.
Well, I know.
His fucking internet goes down. His video doesn't work anymore.
Goes and pees on the busy Lizzies.
That's right. What's up, Eric? I want to say hi to my pal, Eric. Eric Evil.
He's up there. I've been saying hi to him. But the weird thing is now, every time I comment, it's got to be you because I go under the Facebook and then I comment on YouTube as well.
I'm not commenting on anything.
It's like I have Tourette's of social media right now.
The funniest disease ever, Tourette's. I've been trying to get our pal Eric on the show. He will come on eventually.
Ah, I can't wait. Can't wait.
We love Eric.
And of course, he's a very experienced radio man himself.
Eric and I have been on more than a few networks doing separate metal shows. So he is very experienced.
Yeah, but he's all the fun part of doing this show, Eric, is you're doing metal all the time. This is your time to talk about weird news and talk about crazy things, and you got to come on the show. It's like we're like a cult. Drink the Kool-Aid. Anyway,
it's a cult that you cannot leave once you're in.
What? It's Stu. You try to leave every time you take a sabbatical, and you're always
coming back.
Come back.
I've done everything but fake my own death.
Yes. Oh, could you imagine? Then we could crack, because that's a very big genre in the podcast world, is true crimes.
I would love to talk about true crime shit.
The death of Choo Choo Stu.
The mystery. Where did he go?
Where did he go? And it turns out he has a twin brother named Choo Choo Lou.
Choo Choo Lou.
That name yet? Lou? Choo Choo Lou?
We have Choo Choo Stu.
Yes. I miss Choo Choo Stu. That was one of my favorite. So I made the decision, boys, before we go live in just a few minutes. I'm interested to hear what you guys are doing. Yeah. We're doing 2 credits up until November 2nd, and my boy is grade 11. I'm keeping him home.
Wait, I'm lost. What do you mean you're doing 2 credits? I don't
Well, you get 8 credits in a year, so they're kind of spacing it out. The school year's fucked. But until November, I have elected for him to do online learning. I have no urge to get sick. I've survived this long.
Right.
I am the Tom Sawyer of Canadian COVID, and I have no urge to get sick. So I have opted online learning. How about you guys?
Well, no, both my kids are going back. The schools that they go to. My son now going into high school, and my younger son. The schools are small schools, so there's not a lot of students. So they went through like this whole survey and stuff that the New York City sends out for to see school size and classroom size and all that. And they have enough room where they can have everybody in there for 5 days a week, utilizing the gym and all of this. So my kids will be going back.
How about you, Choo Choo Stu?
Yeah, my daughter's going back in September. The working day will be from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. instead of 8:30 until about 3:30. Again, they're utilising the gym, and it's all, just get on with it as far as I'm concerned.
That's my wife's thought, but I'm like,
Oscar,
I have money to make.
Oscar,
he's old enough to learn online.
Yeah, and Oscar got his exam results yesterday actually, sorry. And he never actually sat the exams, but he got the results from his predicted results from the mock exams, which is a blessing, really. And he had his telephone interview with the college today, so he starts college in September to hopefully be a tradesman, an electrician.
Oh, good for him.
Very nice.
But,
well, we hope anyway. That's what
we hope. You gotta give credit where credit's due.
Of course, yeah. So fingers crossed. That's going to be what's happening.
I just realized Jake is a year behind, and he's got to choose soon too. I have no idea.
Yeah, my youngest daughter, this is going to be her last year at school. So, yeah, hopefully at the end of next year, they'll have all left home and we can have a bit of peace and quiet.
And then you have the cabin and the wife has the rest of the house. That's the way it works.
Exactly.
All right, boys, let's get this party started. Choo Choo Stu's last ride. Are you ready? Because here we go.
Initiate countdown.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is a production of the Cave Crew Radio Network at cavecrewradio.com.
There was a time when the world turned their back on men. Men with a dream and savage yearning within them. Legions compelled by passion that knows no boundary. A consuming flame that defies plausible explanation. Battling the forces of domestication, they find the courage to band together to experience the awesome power of being men.
I mean, we gotta solve I say this with all due respect.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Tonight's broadcast of the Masculine Feminist has been commandeered by the secret society No Ma'am.
Gotta go to a place where I get a shot and a beer, steak, man. Saying we can stop, get pancakes, and then we'll get laid, all right?
Why do you drink ice cold beer on a hot day?
Mr. Craven, what else are you gonna do with it?
To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
The Yankees are champions of baseball! It's a power play goal!
This is Cave Crew Radio.
Indeed, it is. Cave Crew Radio, ladies and gentlemen. My name is DK, and we are live here in our caves for another edition of Cave Crew Radio. Tonight, Choo Choo Stu's last ride for at least a little while. We are live on Cave Crew TV over on YouTube. We're on our Facebook group, Cave Crew Radio, and we're also live on cavecrewradio.com. It's going to be a crazy show. I was already prepared for this cliffhanger that we were left with last week. But Big B in the pre-show threw further confusion into my life after a long week. So we will be investigating that as well. And just in case you want a cure for yellow jackets, I have a solution for you. All this and much more on this week's Cave Crew Radio. Now, without further ado, because I just can't wait to get into the action, I am going to transfer things to the epicenter of something. We're never sure what. We always hang on the edge of our seats. Big B in Queens, New York.
Yes, live from the epicenter of all things movie theater goodness.
I can't
wait. Let me say, I am live from Queens, New York. I am Sir Big B. And yes, we will get to the confusion that DK Biden had.
DK Biden, that's what they call me now.
DK Biden had a lot of confusion in his old age,
leading
up to this to this program.
I promise you, I'll lead you out of the darkness, everybody.
I can't wait to get to the confusion. But before then, this is the last ride for a little while anyway, for London. So do I hear London calling?
Check. Hello there, London calling. Good evening, gentlemen. Lovely to see you.
The fucking pre-show.
Lovely to see you and hear your voices. DK, you still look very summery there. You're still in the holiday mode. You look like you're going boating. And good evening, Brian.
I'm going gray by the minute every time I spend any time with you. You're lucky you draw listeners.
I didn't want to mention the grey, but hey ho.
Hey ho, it comes with age.
We all get it sometimes. Are the pubes grey yet?
Not yet. They're still fairly.
See, I've got a couple. Literally, I could pick them out.
And it's funny. I was talking to someone this week, actually, Stu, and the hair on the head does not grow as quickly. But the odd time you rub your back, or
I'm like a monkey on my back.
Twist your ear.
Ears, nose, everywhere else. It grows very quickly. I shaved my arm 3 weeks ago, and the hair's back already.
Your arm,
but on the head, it just gives up. I
don't know if I told you the story because my son Jake, he's getting a little fuzz here. He's like, I think I need to shave, and I warned him. I said, as soon as you shave, it's the curse. You're shaving or you're growing it for the rest of your life.
See, I brought Oscar a shaving kit at Christmas.
He looked blonde as Marilyn Monroe.
No, but he looked at me like I was mad. Like, why did I buy him that? But it has got fluff there, and he has used it. I know, but it's growing back already. So he might only have to shave maybe twice a year. But
no, once you
he's equipped to shave.
Yeah, once you shave, it's the curse. You're in the shave.
Well, my son right here has got a little facial hair going on, and I told him because I started shaving when I was around 13, and he's 13 now, and he's got a little bit on the lip, a little bit on the side. It's gonna have to start shaving pretty soon.
Yeah,
and he's standing right there.
I'll just grow a beard like his dad.
I'm so confused, ladies and gentlemen, tonight. I really am DK Biden tonight. Every time I see a kid, I think it's my kid because my kid's wearing red shorts, I think, too. I
was a bit confused there as well because I swore I saw DK's boy run by, and then Brian started talking about his kid, and then Brian's kid appeared.
It's I can't. You know what my dream is, guys? Is that one day, the three of them do a reboot of the show. None of them know each other. We haven't had a chance to get them together to meet. I'm sure they love each other. But that still in my mind would be so cool. Cave Crew Radio, second generation.
Here's what I say. I say we do one show at least the next time Stu can come on. No, Mike Gillette, Stu is not leaving.
Well, he is. He's taking more money from Joe Rogan. That's the way Choo Choo Stu rolls.
But I say that the next show that we can do with Stu, we get all the kids together and we do it with the kids and introduce them to each other and get the ball rolling a little bit.
We should. We need to get that. Mike, of course, is only here for you, Choo Choo Stu.
Of course.
Big B and I scrape the bottom of the barrel when you're not here.
Mike has always been there for me. I followed Mike.
Great news
from his first episode, I believe.
I'm
sure Mike named the show Choo Choo Stu, one of his first shows.
He might have. You know what? That's one of those things you got to go back and fact check. But Mike Jolitz, a former news guy, we'd like to bring him back. We always enjoy when he records for us, Big B.
I loved the news.
He is now number one in his category, something we've never achieved. Our highest ranking is 35 in Bangladesh.
It's great. We ranked in Bangladesh. I'm very excited by that.
We hit the top 40 in Bangladesh once.
Nice.
Yeah, but great guy, Mike. Good to see you. We're really proud of your success. We're actually jealous. We're going to spam you. We have hackers working right now to hack your account and take away all your downloads. All right. I'll be the one to get things started, ladies and gentlemen. We could go to the left or we could go to the right. It's up to you. There's two ways we could start this show. We could start this show with Kenny and Jenny, or we could start this show with the Easy Bake Oven version of cotton candy. I'm going to leave it to you guys.
Let's go cotton candy.
I was going to say, let's do cotton candy because it's quick. It's not a big story.
Nothing.
The big story is going to be the Kenny and Jenny story. So,
where did my camera go?
You're right there. I see you.
Oh, am I still there?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, but I didn't. How the fuck did that just happen?
Now you brought up the picture.
All right, so I'm going to bring this on solo. So, previous to the show beginning, ladies and gentlemen, this was completely unplanned. I was sent a picture of this Kentucky Fried Chicken looking unit that apparently makes a cotton candy. I was mistaken. I thought it was Stu's wife that bought this, but it was Mrs. B who purchased this. And now I can't imagine what kind of cotton candy you're going to make out of a shallow bowl like that. But please do tell.
So to give everybody a little backstory, all three of us have this ongoing thread that we talk to each other all week long, tell jokes and share stories and whatnot. So I sent over this picture to the group and I said, my wife decided that it would be a good idea to buy a cotton candy machine. DK Biden over here, in his old age dementia, read it and thought it was Stu. Even though it says my name on it, that, I sent it, he thinks it's Stu.
I'm getting ready for the show.
So Stu, I don't know what this says about you, but he just assumes that things like this come from you. He doesn't read the name of who sent it. He just assumes that it's you. So anyway,
he does make lamps out of liquor bottles. So it just seemed to fit the pattern.
We got a Jägermeister lamp over there. Anyway, so that was the confusion that went on. But earlier this week, my wife texted me and says, I want to get a cotton candy machine. We have enough points on the Amazon card to get it. I was like, why do we need a cotton candy machine? Oh, it's going to be great for the kids' birthdays. My son's 13, going to be 14. He doesn't give a shit about cotton candy. Graduations, holidays. What holiday we're going to use fucking cotton candy besides the 4th of July? I have no idea. But I said, go ahead, because, I don't feel like arguing. Right. So today it came. We got a cotton candy. We got various flavors of sugar. And my wife made a test run this evening when she got home for my little one for some strawberry cotton candy. And the sticks came with it.
So is it a particular type of sugar, or is it just like a granulated sugar or something?
I honestly, I don't know. It comes in a container and it's different flavors. So we got like 4 different flavors.
Because when I've seen them make it before, I thought they added the flavor.
Right. And here's my problem with this Betty Crocker little machine. Looks like fucking a Barbie doll. Like when I see them in the thing, they're whipping that thing around. Like, what kind of size of cotton candy are you going to get out of that?
It was a decent size. The one that my son got was a decent size. It wasn't like the full big one that you get at carnivals, but it was a decent size, and it's good for the home, I guess.
And do you never call this? Do you never call it candy floss?
No, we don't.
Well, who cares what it costs? I still think it looks ridiculous. So you've got this. Now, you got to remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't been listening, Big B got the 70-inch TV. He got the sound bar. Everything is 4K, and these are just little tidbits to add to the occasion.
And adding to this came today. Late last week, my wife says, "Oh, I ordered stuff we can pop our own popcorn in and flavor it like a movie theater." So she got this popper. She got the Orville Redenbacher kernels.
Oh,
and
the
she got
official.
Oh yeah, she got the official stuff, and she got this container that's called Flavacol. Now, apparently, what this is flavored salt that all movie theaters use, and you have to only have a certain amount in there to flavor it correctly. It's this whole thing, and some oil that has to go in there as well. I don't know. But apparently now we're all set up to
But I mean, in a movie theater, I always get the double butter.
Well, you can get melted butter, but to flavor it, when they make it, it has this stuff called Flavacol and this oil that gets put in there and mixes it all together, and that's what gets the flavor. And then you can add the butter on top of it. So
send me a link to this. I could care less about the fucking cotton candy machine, but the popcorn thing has me intrigued.
Yeah, my wife got all of this on Amazon.
Oh, is this like gonna pop up in your living room? Like,
well, I never knew you could buy popcorn flavoring, and I've just been looking on Amazon. You can get like a white cheddar. White cheddar cheese ounce shaker single pack.
Yeah, but that's not movie theater. That's
look up
salt. Yeah, I've just said I never knew you could get all that butter.
Yeah, look up Flavacol.
Is this a little, Shopkins version of the popcorn maker, or are you literally going to have,
No, we don't. No, we don't have I don't have room for a gigantic fucking movie theater popcorn maker. It's something you put in the microwave that pops.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see this next week, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a microwave popper.
You've got your clip for next week. 15 minutes into the show.
Yeah. So it's. I don't know how it works because my wife hasn't done it yet. But you put the kernels in this thing and you put it in the microwave and you let it pop. Remember when we were kids. The old Jiffy Pop thing you put over the stove and it would pop, and
we still do that around campfires sometimes. The Jiffy Pop's the best.
I didn't know you still had that. I haven't seen Jiffy Pop in years. So I guess I'm assuming it's something like that in the microwave. I don't know, but we're all set up now for like movie theater snacks.
This is the most exciting thing for a microwave since that, like, you can boil the perfect egg. You know that little plastic thing you can buy? Yeah. It would boil the perfect fucking egg for you inside a nuclear fucking zapper.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're set up.
Great.
We're gonna start our own between my smoked meats and my barbecue sauce, and now cotton candy and popcorn. We're gonna start our own little truck, I guess.
I think you could have the perfect kids' birthday party.
Like a garage style. You could send them outside just making money on popcorn.
Yeah, but absolutely.
I think a Big B recurs that white van and cuts a hole in the side, plays a little musical song, ding, 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 ding. And Big B's in there making gourmet smoked chicken McNuggets and curly fries for the meal.
Right.
And Mrs. B is there with all these miniature fucking gadgets.
Right.
Maybe he could smoke his popcorn.
How she's going to supply cotton candy for a party of 30, I have no idea.
I don't know.
But it's fun. They could be making the the cotton candy throughout the party.
Well, keep in mind too, this
You could
would
have
be
Bordeaux. You could have Bordeaux running around with the little bags. Are you gonna? Did you buy those little cute bags of popcorn like they have in those those little tiny bags of popcorn? You should get those too, and then you're all gonna sit around and watch Monsters Inc.
There you go. Well, that would be wonderful. We could start our own business of supplying little kids' birthday party treats.
Lockdown home theater goodies.
There you go. Lockdown theater goodies. I like that.
Yeah.
Stu, you will get a percentage of our earnings.
Thank you. I'll take a few royalties from that.
Yes, this was all like, all sudden when my wife just decided to text me earlier this week to have cotton candy. I have no idea why.
Well, what's next? A portable helium machine for the balloons.
You know what?
I just found this helium injector, Big B. It blows up balloons, and if you inhale it when the kids are asleep, we can talk funny.
Or a bucking bronco in the garden.
Yes, yes, a bucking bronco.
You. Yes, that's what you need. You need a bucking bronco in the garden foyer.
I can't wait. But they do sell those the helium machines, the helium tanks. It's called what is it called? Party Time or something, whatever it is, and they sell them at party stores. You can buy helium tanks
called Talk Like Alex Cardinelli.
Oh God, no! It doesn't make you talk like a retard. It's helium.
I once went to an interview in a helium gas factory.
Yeah.
What?
I didn't take the job. I just refused to be spoken to in that tone.
Oh, Choo Choo Stu, we are going to miss you.
Oh my goodness.
Oh Lord, I thought we had a big story coming up. I thought there would have been a helium leak, and he would have been going through the interview, and they all would have been. Oh, what's your experience? Oh.
So that's my story with the cotton candy machine.
Beautiful story.
And our movie theater popcorn.
And I'm extremely sorry that I didn't catch on to things. I honest to God, I was doing things and I read it, and it looked like something Stu would have bought for the cabin.
And just so everybody knows, even before the pre-show, we were on discussing, he was utterly dumbfounded that Stu did not send that picture that I did.
Why would I want a popcorn or cotton candy in the cabin?
Speaking of pictures, though, something I got to clarify before you go away. I know I need therapy for this. I can't get over it, but you're always sending me pictures of meals, and you guys always have pork and beans. Like, to me, that's something you cook over a campfire with hot dogs. It's a special treat. It's not a staple.
You're talking about baked beans.
Well, whatever you guys call them, they're fucking.
Oh, in England, yeah, we have baked beans.
At the grocery store, and they usually sit there until we're sitting by a campfire, and let's throw some pork and beans on with the wieners. And
in England, we'll have baked beans with breakfast. We'll have like fish fingers, chips, and baked beans.
Everything you have baked beans with. You have baked beans with eggs. It's like fucking
jacket potato with baked beans. They're quite versatile. They're a staple. They're something you've always got in your cupboard. Baked beans on toast, baked bean Breville's toasted sandwiches.
What?
It goes on and on.
Beans, Big B.
Only, like you said, only with hot dogs. Like
every once in a while.
See, we wouldn't have them with hot dogs. It just doesn't go. But everything else.
What?
Yeah. Why would you have a baked bean with a hot dog?
That's like peanut butter and jelly. It goes to get hot dog, Franks and beans.
No,
It certainly doesn't go with eggs and sausage.
no, we have it with a breakfast, so it's like it's sausage, egg, bacon, beans,
And it certainly
around.
doesn't go on a sandwich, whatever the fuck you were talking about before. What do you
like a
bean
Breville
sandwich?
toasted sandwich maker.
Is that the
Got
that
cheese and
the,
beans.
is that the English version of Metamucil?
My
Keeps you
daughter
regular.
mixes cheese in her baked beans,
Oh my god!
like in a pan, so they all get melted, which is pretty gross, I must admit, but tastes nice.
Choo Choo Stu was at a pub today before we moved.
Do you know what? It's the first time I think I've been to not that I've been to a pub, but the first time I've had alcohol in a pub since March.
Well, yeah, we've been on shutdown. None of us.
I've been to a few pubs and had like a breakfast or a lunch or something, but I've never drank like alcohol.
Or
tonight, I went out for a beer.
You just walked in and got the roasted potatoes and said, "I'm out."
I got a text message from a guy I used to play guitar with, and it's like 5 years ago. I hadn't realised it's 5 years when I spoke to him tonight. And it's funny catching up with people we was going through like talking about old times, and it's going, let's get the band back, man. It's like, and already he's planned some kind of gig at a tennis club for December. And
At a tennis club?
A tennis club.
What kind of music do you guys play?
But it's a tennis club Christmas party or something like that. I don't know. But I said, well,
soon the band is getting back together. See, Eric thinks a baked bean sandwich is extremely strange as well.
No, but it's not just a sandwich. It's a Breville. Have you got Breville?
Lifestyle. It's like parking under a bridge and
no, a Breville. Do you know like the toasted sandwich machine? So it seals it.
Oh my god!
It makes it all crispy. You butter it on the wrong side. You butter the bread the wrong side. Fill it with cheese and beans. Put it in the Breville sandwich maker, close the lid, and it's all sealed and steaming hot.
What the fuck is a Breville sandwich maker?
I'd rather have Spam than baked beans.
Yeah, you can put ham in it as well. Yeah.
No, Spam. Like really
Spam is good.
Spam is awful. But what is a Breville sandwich maker? What the fuck is that?
It's a brand, like whatever, like they make kitchen gadgets, Breville. So it's like making grilled cheese, yeah. So you butter the bread on the wrong side. You put the filling inside. You put it on top of the machine, and it's almost like a fried sandwich, but it's all sealed. So you've got like a pocket of filling.
I'd also like to know what the wrong side of bread is, because bread has two sides.
If you make a sandwich, you butter it on the inside, yeah.
But the inside could be either side.
No, when you make a sandwich, you butter it and then put your filling on, yeah?
Yeah.
So when you do a Breville toasted sandwich, you butter the bread.
This is the part I'm having a hard time
That's
with.
the brand of the sandwich maker.
Oh, so it's like me having a I don't know, a Sony
right.
Yeah.
A Sony Music Explosion.
Yeah, but you call it a Breville. Like everyone knows what Breville is.
Not us. We don't know. We don't have a clue what the
Breville is. It's like a Hoover in vacuuming.
Right. Okay. Well, Hoover, I get, but I've never had a Breville. I've never walked into a restaurant, even the most exclusive of pubs, and said, "Do you got the Breville?"
Can I have a Breville with a side of roasted potatoes, please?
Yes. And by the way, could you hold the fucking beans? Lord have mercy on me.
Let me get a number 12 Breville with extra beans, a side of roasted potatoes, and a fucking Coors Light.
Before I place my order, I want to ensure that you are using a Breville. It's not a popular name like GE. Like it just doesn't ring a bell with me. I'm sorry. It doesn't.
In the UK, they've been going for years. Yeah, like 30, 40 years.
It's like it's not like Granada. I think
Once you've had, if you had a Breville, it would change your life.
Do you own a Breville?
Oh, wait a minute. We have a link.
Of course.
We have a link. We apparently can get Brevilles now.
Wait, can I copy this?
Yeah,
No, I
it's in
can't.
the chat. You can probably click on it.
No, I can't fucking on my side. I can't click on it. Damn it!
All right, we're gonna have to.
I mean, it's not revolutionary exactly, but it will change your life a little bit.
And another thing I've never heard of is Bigamart.
I don't know what Bigamart is.
Yeah, that's another shady South Korean.
See, now Eric says he's got something like that make grilled cheese sandwiches. I don't know about you, but when my wife makes a grilled cheese sandwich,
beans in it. That's what I want to know.
But it's sealed.
Wait, here's what I don't understand. When my wife makes a grilled cheese sandwich, she puts some butter on the bread, puts some cheese on it, puts it in a frying pan, and puts it on the fucking stove. What is this sandwich maker thing?
Does she put the butter on the right side or the wrong side?
No,
I have no fucking idea because they're both the same side.
No, it's not the same side. It's not. Right. You butter your bread. Yeah.
Right.
And normally put the cheese on top of the butter.
Right.
On this occasion, you don't. You butter your bread and then turn it upside down. So you've got naked bread. You put cheese in it, ham in it, whatever you want. Then put the lid on with the butter. So the butter is facing outwards. Put it on top of your Breville, close the lid, clamp it, and you get and it makes 2 half sandwiches that are totally sealed and enclosed.
I'm quite sure Eric doesn't put baked beans in his grilled cheese
You
sandwich.
don't have to put baked, but you could put like leftover bolognese sauce.
Leftover
Why can't you
bolognese
just have
sauce.
cheese on the wrong side of the bread and just maybe cook some tomato soup or something with it? Or call me crazy, call me DK Biden, but maybe put a slice of bologna in there or slice of tomato.
But
why do you need all this shit inside of a grilled cheese? A grilled cheese is delicious, just the way it is.
Cheese. The unique selling point of this particular machine is that it seals it and encases and makes 2 separate envelopes out of your one slice of bread, one sandwich. So you end up with 2 sandwiches.
Can you repeat that? I am out of it tonight.
I'm very confused right now.
It makes 2 half sandwiches. It cuts it in half for you, and each triangle is sealed like a pocket.
So each pocket so Oscar wants one kind. Oh, hang on, we gotta go to Big B.
No, you do. One sandwich is for 2 people.
So this is what Eric sent
2
me.
sandwiches, 2 people.
So this is what Eric sent me. I guess this is the sandwich maker.
I have one of those. You just put cheese in the bread.
No,
this looks like
you're not thinking outside the box.
The other thing you can do is you can make eggs inside that little thing. Like it's actually
No.
Okay, I get what he's. That's not a Breville or whatever the fuck.
Breville, yeah, but Breville's the brand to it's the number 1 brand in those sandwiches. But you make cheese, but you got to think outside the box when you do stuff like that and put your leftover. You could put a Chinese meal in there if you wanted. You got to put jam in it, jam and custard.
All right, let me get this straight for a minute before we move on to anything else. So I'm buttering the bread on the opposite side. I'm placing the bread down. I'm putting my Chinese leftovers with jelly and custard.
If you want, yeah.
All right, so you got some shrimp lo mein, some jelly, some custard, some wonton soup, and butter on the other side.
Yeah, butter on the wrong side. Yeah.
Yep. And then and then put the bread on top, put it in the machine, gently squeeze the handle, lock it in place. 5 minutes later, you've got an enclosed sandwich of your choice. You can put apples in there, almost like a little apple pie.
How does it work with naked bread? Do you have to have the butter on the wrong side of the bread?
You don't have to, but eventually it will start sticking. I mean, my wife doesn't get the gist. She doesn't understand that you've got to butter it the wrong side, to be honest.
Well, you know what? Neither do Big B or I. So I'm on your wife.
I said, why did you butter it on the right side? What's the point?
You know, I got to stick up for your wife. I won't do that.
I've given up with her. I keep my mouth shut when my wife uses that machine.
Can't you just use like cooking spray? So non-stick cooking spray?
Yeah, a bit of olive oil. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So Eric's on your side, by the way. Eric's like, first he sends a picture of it, then he's like, yeah, you butter it like grilled cheese. Yeah, the top and bottom gets hot.
Yeah.
He understands you completely.
Exactly.
I'm confused, just like DK. We are the Biden twins tonight.
You don't want.
I think the problem I have is that you're
crispy. You want the outside to get crispy.
Well, you know what? I kind of get the butter on the wrong side of the bread. I get that. Okay, so yeah, that's how you make your grilled cheese. You butter one side, you put the cheese in. Yeah, I get how to make a grilled cheese. The problem I'm having is putting leftover Chinese food on a slice of bread.
What I'm saying is, you can use it. You can put jam in there. You can put basically anything you want to. If you've got leftover Chinese or chili, put it in because it's delicious.
Fuck's sakes. Why would I put chili in an upside down naked bread buttered on the wrong side?
Well, you should. I think everyone should try it because it makes a delicious snack. That's it.
It makes a delicious snack. I think that's the name of the show tonight. It makes a delicious snack.
Well, write it down. I've got.
I'm writing it down.
I've already.
I know.
Got enough written down.
You know, in a nutshell, that's what they do. They're a good little snack there.
You just surmise this show, Big B, by saying in a nutshell. This is why we do this weird shit. This is why everyone left on the fucking Mayflower and the Titanic to go to the New World, because all the weird fucking shit you do. Did you ever think of that? What? There's a boat leaving from the dock. Let's get there right away. These people are fucked. They put beans in a bedazzle. Butter the bread on the naked side on the wrong end.
Kyle says, butter that shit up, yo.
Oh, fuck.
By the way, I done my
James in the house. We haven't seen him for a long time either. I
Good
put
evening.
chili on my balls for a snack.
I know Brian has done this, but I done my genealogy thing, my DNA.
Yeah.
So I've got my results of where I'm from, and I can't really remember where Brian was from, but you was from everywhere, yeah?
I was mostly European and part sub-Saharan African.
African and stuff, yeah. But I got mine. I've got four or five places on mine. I'm 79% English, Wales and northwestern Europe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 9% German.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 7% Ireland and Scotland, 3% Sweden, and 2% Norway. So I'm not too confused. But
whatever. I think you're inbred, and anyone that butters a naked piece of bread on the wrong end, you're probably 99% West Virginian.
I did share it with my younger brother and sister, the news, and I suggested my brother have his done. And he said, but it's the same. And I went, well, just get it done.
No. Mick looks exactly like you.
No, my younger brother.
Oh, the banker.
Yeah.
The banker, okay. You think Mum was fooling around at the
my younger brother looks like the milkman we used to have years ago.
Or one of the employees at the condom shop.
That's it, yeah.
Let's test these things and see if they really break, Marty.
Got to have quality control somewhere.
Yeah. Oh my God. Kyle James is getting paid overtime to chill. Great stuff, Kyle. Thank you for chilling with us. Are we done? Can we move on to Kenny and Jenny, or
you can move on to whatever you've,
Well, unless you have anything to say with the Kyle just wants everyone to know he's German and Greek.
I'm part German, I'm part Greek, and I'm part of a lot of things.
I'm not even searching. I don't want to know.
As well as part sub-Saharan African. I want my damn reparations. Damn the man.
I want to know that I'm Native American Indian, and I can never pay tax again. That's all I want to know.
You have to be a certain percent. I am part Native American, but you have to be a certain percentage in order to not pay tax.
And this is all being determined by you guys putting a piece of spit in a jar.
No, I always knew. No, I always knew I was part Native American. I always knew from my family for generations. We've always known that. What I found out through the spit was
DK's been telling us for years he's Irish.
Spit. You guys throw spit in a fucking test tube. You send it to India or China. These guys are like, at the same time, hello, can you click on my computer? And they're running the test in the fucking spinner. And it's like, they probably got a wheel and they fucking spin it. Yeah, that looks good. Eastern Connecticut. Near distant cousin of Regis Philbin. Yeah, they put it in a pretty fucking. What the fuck does that prove? That's about as much proof as they have about this fucking coronavirus.
I never got that. All I got was an email.
Oh, I got an email, but remember, you don't remember probably, but I sent away for this book. I paid a little extra for the
book.
Yeah.
This book was printed on June 26, 2019 for me.
Look at the colors. They made it in Microsoft PowerPoint. Oh, geez. I don't think that's a free program.
Look at how wonderful this
is. Yeah, you know what? Go on Gizmo or whatever and print a photo.
Is there a picture of a wolf in the background there?
That's French and German. I know there's some right here. Me and King Richard III were descendants.
Let's all gather around and sing Frere Jacques with Big B. Who's that? Your Uncle Waldo?
That's King Richard III. I am related to King Richard III, apparently.
You know, the problem with this shit is that people buy it. And
I do buy it. I do buy it.
You really. And then Stu emails me the other night. Let's carry on with this shit. He does this other family tree shit, and he's got me dangling in it a little bit. And he's like, "You'll never guess."
No. Can I just?
I've got an Esther beer in my.
Let me just start this right. Just as a bit of a laugh, I said to DK, "Do you want me to try and do your family tree?" Right. So he gives me his father's name, his grandfather's name, and the date they came to Canada. Okay. Now, this is a guy who's come from Ireland, right? He champions Ireland all the time, that he's from the old country. Right. So within about 4 hours, I've already traced them back to Wales. I text him, I said, who's Julie, Janet, and John? They're his sisters. I already know more about his own family. Because I text. I said, "Who's this? And who's this? And who's this?" They're my sisters. So anyway, but I've traced him back. I've put him in touch with a relation who lives in Scotland.
Wow. And
I've chatted with her online. I've said he's a bit slow, so you might have to write in capitals.
Just fucking, my Scottish. I'd like what is that shit they eat?
Haggis.
Give me some haggis.
But anyway, I found
in my belly.
But I found this particular name in his family tree, right?
Mm-hmm.
So since I've got my DNA results the other day,
the way, ladies and gentlemen, this
family I've got the same name in my family, and I said, wouldn't it be funny if they connected? And to be honest,
tree just goes, we have a suggestion. Do you think this is the person? And you know what?
I'm not going on. I'm not. You can go on suggestions, but you have to do the background research as well. But I have found in my family, I've got the same name as he's got in his family.
So apparently, Choo Choo Stu and I are cousins at some point in the food chain, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I saw that the message come through that he was related to ADK.
Yeah, but that was true. There was some DK, but that was then afterwards. I found I've started to find a connection.
He texts me and he goes, I can't remember her name, like Susan Beer, let's say. And my mother's maiden name was Beer. And I can go further on my mother's side than I can on my dad's. And anyway, he's fucking sends it over to me and he goes, I'm a Beer too. We're like fourth cousins.
But it's true. But his beers are from like West England. And mine are from I think East England or London. But at some point they're going to connect, and I have already found his part of the world in his line.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I have already connected them, but I've just got to prove it.
What he's going to do for me is he's going to take my tree and he's going to take his tree and he's going to go back to like 1334.
But that would be something if you're actually related.
No, and I swear, now I've found that connection of the same surname, which is quite a rare surname. They've got to be connected somewhere along the line.
Well, see,
it's only a matter of going back by generation.
This is Choo Choo Stu's mission now, Big B. Could you imagine?
I've already said to myself, I'm going to write it all out. Like pen and paper, I'm going to write all these because it's very confusing.
Like you need a Cave Crew Radio, collectible notebook like Big B has, and he's noting all this that we may be cousins. It may have been, it may not have been. Like I don't know if you believe in fate, Big B. I don't know how much you experiment in the macabre, but maybe. Choo Choo Stu was drawn to us. You were also drawn to me in a very strange way to make this show together. Maybe we're the original Three Stooges from 1211 AD.
Well, then Stu would have to do my genealogy too.
Yeah, I think that's the next. You know, I'm sure that, we can find a connection that we're actually all brothers.
But here's the point that's frustrating me about this, Big B, is I don't know if you've ever looked at it, but you go on this site and you get a fair amount for free. I haven't used my prepaid month yet. I'm saving it for the winter, where you can actually look at things and study newspapers and shit. But it fucking, like, I've got it up on a TV and you gotta fucking go like this. Like your family starts. It's like a bunch of fucking rabbits. And Stu's right into it. Like he's gone back like what, 18 generations or something. I don't.
Well, to the 1500s on one of the branches.
See, I tried one time a long time ago when like Ancestry first came out.
Yeah.
And like I got to my grandmother, which I knew, and that I just stopped. I couldn't figure out how to do it any further.
To me, it gets confusing because you'll scan one way and they'll go, we have a suggestion.
Yeah, but you don't have to follow the suggestion. But
well, what other lead do you have?
Well, you have to order the certificates to prove it. Yeah, so you go, right, yeah, here's a DK and Mrs. DK, and they got married on then, and then on that marriage certificate, it tells you who the parents were. So then you look up the parents and where they were born, and you trace it back. So you think, right, they got married in 1800, so the parents were at least say 25 years older.
First of all, there's two things I'd like to add to this. First of all, I'm not that old, and second of all, I'd rather masturbate.
But it's like, people do crosswords, yeah?
Right.
They do crosswords and, they're, whatever that thing is called, with the numbers and all that. But
Secudo,
yeah. But doing the family tree is just like a big quiz. So you can dip in and out. You can put it to the side for 6 months, get back to it and say, right, I understand that now. Or it's just like a big jigsaw puzzle.
You know, the thing I don't like about it, we're going to move on because I want to do Kenny and Jenny. I don't care what you guys want. The part I don't like about it is, it gives you a person. Well, the one dude I found out I'm related to died of stomach cancer. That was kind of cool, but it doesn't tell you what they did. Like, it'd be really cool to say you're related to Bob.
It does no, but that's where you're wrong. It does. It exactly tells you what they did. On when you get on the marriage certificates, it says, John, Mary, and Joseph. Okay, who were their parents? Fred Smith and David Jones were the fathers of each of the people, and it says what were they, and it says their occupation: house painter, whatever, cold winder.
That would be interesting. Anyway, enough about this boring shit, Stu. You won't be back again for quite some time. Let's get into Big B. Are you ready with the cliffhanger? So before you say it, last week, just when we thought the story of Choo Choo Stu had ended, he told us about a pink hotel and a swingers club and serving roasted potatoes and all kinds of good stuff. But he left us with a cliffhanger, Big B, which was
Ken and Jenny, the fake limb supplier.
Ken and Jenny, the fake limb supplier. Please, Choo Choo Stu, the microphone is all yours.
I can still remember the time that, as a family, we went on holiday to a holiday camp here in the UK. I think it was actually in the Isle of Wight where we met them, and it was called Pontins. It's a famous holiday place, holiday villages, let's call them, here in the UK. And my parents befriended this other couple that were called Ken and Jenny. And they had kids the same age, as you do, and we played together and blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the holiday, my eldest brother came away with a false hand. Not that he wore the false hand.
Did he lose his original hand?
No, I'm not. Now, I was very young at the time, so I can't guarantee it was at the end of the holiday, because my brother did go back to stay with Ken and Jenny and their kids. He stayed there for a week. So I'm not.
Are you writing this down, Big B? I sure hope it's going in the.
Well, I already have a question. So you went on this vacation to the Isle of Wight, and your parents met this other couple, Ken and Jenny.
Mm-hmm.
And for a week, you guys spent some time together.
Yeah, you do the swimming and the
right. But yeah, for the entire week over the vacation, you did activities together.
Right, you played horseshoes and
whatever it is. You had campouts, whatever.
Yeah.
Then suddenly your brother went to live with them.
No, for a week.
That's a bit strange.
Yeah, wait a minute. I got to jump on this one too. So you've known Ken and Jenny
for a week.
Who it turns out later in the story are going to be artificial limb smugglers. And your parents entrusted Ken and Jenny to have your younger brother. And I'm pretty sure what he said, Big B, is his brother came home with a fake limb.
Yeah, I think it. Like now, I've said it out loud. It makes more sense that he came home from staying with them for a week with a false limb, rather than going on holiday and coming back with a false limb. Unless they took false limbs with them on holiday to hand out. Literally, excuse the pun, like to hand out.
With who? These aren't Girl Guide tickets. They're cookies.
Do you know how you've got these really good prosthetic limbs these days? They look really realistic. This was a hard plastic hand up to the wrist or a bit beyond the wrist.
Like a mannequin hand.
Yeah, more like a mannequin hand. Yeah. But it had where at the end it had like a metal plate and some kind of electronics coming out or connectors coming out.
So you could the shock in your elbow would cause.
Most likely, yeah. So
Okay,
my brother come home with that, which we all found really fascinating, I must admit.
This makes about as much sense as having baked beans for breakfast. But anyway, continue on.
I'm still very confused about how his brother went to stay with this couple that they've only known a week.
Yeah,
because we kept in touch.
Related to him, I think.
Well, Ken came to my mother's funeral, and I think Ken and Jenny went to my mum's when my mum got remarried. I'm pretty sure they turned up at the wedding, and this holiday happened in, let's say, 1979.
Oh, we're going way back, BB. So Jenny had a little cottage by the lake.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't remember how they.
No, but what I'm saying is, I was 10 at the time.
Right.
Yes. So the important question is why did they have these limbs?
Well, are you you were 10? Are you sure? It wasn't.
I know why, because Jenny worked at the hospital,
right?
In the limb department.
No.
She did.
She worked
with artificial limbs.
So she stole them from the. So she would work in the limb department in the.
She brought them home for the kids to play.
It's like a fucking department store. Oh, I work in socks.
Wait,
I work in limbs.
That's what he said.
Huh?
This is what he said. He just said she brought them home for the kids to play with, Barbie dolls.
Did she hand them out at Halloween? Were they Halloween gifts for the kids?
We never done Halloween in 1979 in the UK.
So instead of kicking a soccer ball around or going and getting an inner tube and floating around the lake, Jenny would throw random limbs around the cottage, and the kids would all play gleefully.
It's a true fact.
Did they go out and play? Did they go out and play stickball with a leg?
I don't know. It might be some kind of treasure hunt. Find the limb, find the hand.
Ever think to give a pair of legs to your poor aunt who couldn't get down the stairs?
She had her own legs. She had artificial legs.
She just chose not to use them.
No, she had 2 legs, and she got around. She drove. She lived in a 3-story house.
I thought she had stumps, and she used to bounce down the stairs.
Well, she did have stumps, but she wore artificial legs.
Right.
Made
by Jenny.
Probably supplied by Jenny.
Okay.
So did they have a black market artificial limb business on the side? Did she steal them from the hospital to sell?
Yeah, and it was probably just on shop windows, you put a little card in, because eBay wasn't around, obviously, at that time.
So it's like one of those things where you tear the number off a piece of paper. I've got 4 right hands and 3 left.
Have you not had friends in the family that sell weird things?
Nothing. Artificial limbs. I've got some extremely weird family members, but I've had nobody in the black market of used. Now, was she in
you
the
must have got
morgue?
up to weird stuff, when you're kids or you. I'm not the only one. Do you know what I mean?
Stop trying to blame us with your fucking bullshit.
I've never ran into anybody that handed me an artificial limb. I'm picturing a guy wearing an overcoat and would open it up on the street corner. I got legs, I got arms, I got hands. What you need?
What size is your foot?
Do you need a left hand or a right hand?
Oh my fuck. Anyway, Kenny and Jenny, and the relationship, it obviously continued. Nobody saw anything weird. And it appears to me, by the way, Big B, that Kenny is very innocent in all of this. It appears that the whole story is Jenny. Like, I don't think Kenny hasn't done anything wrong.
Not one thing. Jenny is the one smuggling the limbs out of the hospital.
Right.
Jenny's the one handing them out to children for fucking Halloween treats.
Right. Kenny's just roasting marshmallows at the campfire, you know, getting involved in a good old game of tic-tac-toe or something like hopscotch. And Jenny, did she keep them in a freezer? Like, where did she keep these things? Did she walk around with a big backpack? Like,
I don't know. I never saw Jenny again, you know.
Well, she was at your mother's funeral. Did you not hug and
No, I'm not sure if Jenny was there. All I remember was Ken, because he had a beard.
Yeah.
But,
maybe Jenny got arrested and was doing time for smuggling fake limbs.
Did you ever think of stopping old Kenny at the funeral?
I remember. I remember
Jenny.
I remember thinking, like, you wouldn't get a relationship like that now, last like that. That someone you met on holiday 30 years ago, well, not 30, 40 years ago, that you've only ever met once over like a week or 2 weeks.
And still remembered to come to your mother's funeral.
Yeah.
After you left the brother there for a week. This is the part I can't get over. Hey, what's your brother's name? Michael? I don't know.
Yeah.
Michael, let's leave Michael behind for a week. Jenny doesn't seem that weird to me.
Was he the one that nobody liked in the family? Let's just leave him. If he comes back, fine.
What's wrong with Jenny? She makes really good pancakes, so she likes plastic limbs. I feel completely safe, Barney. How about you?
It's just another toy. It's just another thing to play with, isn't it?
Let's leave Michael behind. What's the worst thing? He might get his organs stolen and sold to Korea or something. I forget. Oh shit!
Yeah, this is late 70s. Times were different in those days.
Could this be where Stu got his fetish for limbless people?
Now, that is a very interesting question because, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been following us long enough, Choo Choo Stu did have the Aborigines girl with a stump.
Right.
And I think there's been a few others that have come along the way. Is this possible, Stu, that in your subconscious, because there were so many extra limbs floating around when you were a child, that you were in search of people that were deprived of limbs? I don't know how else to word it.
I told you my uncle only had one leg. And it seemed only appropriate to have a girlfriend with one leg.
Okay, so here's my question. I sorry to interrupt, Big B, but sometimes I get questions too. So you got the uncle with one leg, and you got the significant other with one leg. I'm really hoping it matched. So when they did the potato sack race, then they held an advantage.
Yeah, no,
elastic around their limbs because the uncle and his significant other in the potato sack race. Do carry on, Stu. Please tell us about your uncle now. We still have time, folks. We have half an hour of Choo Choo Stu.
I had an uncle, Ron.
Ron? Okay.
Which is like I suppose it's my grandfather's brother, actually.
I had there was two Rons in Stu's life: the pot washer,
and
the
pot
uncle
washer,
with one leg.
Indian Ron, yeah,
but no relation.
No,
relation.
And and he lost his leg because a girl kicked him in the leg when he was a little boy, and it went gangrene.
From
so legend has it.
Leg. How much did this girl weigh?
But yeah.
So he got gangrene from being kicked in the leg from a girl who said, "You have cooties," and he lost his leg.
He lost his leg.
Somewhere along the line, he went on like a medieval dating site because there was no internet back then, and met another girl like Match.com.
There probably is like matchmakers for limbless people.
Right. Matchmaker for limbless people.
I'm sure there is. I guarantee it.
Gotta be. I'm
I
sure
can
there
guarantee
is.
it.
Fuck, your life is better than Alice through the looking glass. This is fucking amazing. Oh, jeez. So, matchmaker.com, limbless people.
Yeah, there's
Now,
a box. Do you mind,
if you have two
I haven't got
limbless-
legs or a leg?
if you have two people with no leg, what do you want to match? Like, do you want to have the same leg? Or do you want to have opposite legs? So, like, how would you?
Personally, to me, it wouldn't matter if they've got two legs.
It doesn't matter to me either because this is fucking bizarre. But, I'm just trying to start a conversation here. That's all I'm trying to do.
No, I'm just saying. Like, if I was on, what is it? What do you call that thing where you sweep to the right and left?
What, a square dance?
The electric slide?
No, on the app. Like if you on a date,
like you swipe. Yeah, okay, got you.
I thought he was talking about dancing.
Whatever it's called.
Too. I thought we were gonna.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind.
I thought we were gonna have some kind of fucking legless.
If they only had one leg or one arm.
Oh my god!
It wouldn't.
It wouldn't shit out of me. I thought it was my wife. This is. I'm out of it tonight. I just saw Mrs. B walk up. I thought it was my wife sneaking.
Wait. So wait. My son comes down here fucking an hour ago. You think it's your son. My wife comes down here. You think it's your wife.
It's been a long week. And
that's pina colada.
Yes, he likes his pina coladas.
I do like my pina coladas.
Mrs. B, can I please have a bag of flavored popcorn?
DK would like a bag of flavored popcorn. We discussed our popcorn and cotton candy.
Isn't that nice? Big B, you are really ruling with you're like the Caesar of Cave Crew Radio right now. You like no one's bringing us drinks.
I have a very nice, freshly made pina colada.
I think she wants to abuse you in bed. I dare you to fold your leg behind and an amputee tonight. We'll play a little bit, baby. But you're an amputee.
No, well, I'm not Stu.
And start pressing on your right leg. And so, what the fuck are you doing?
I don't want to get Stu all excited. That's he's gonna.
You could do that. Go in the bedroom, tie it up, and she says, "What you doing?" Just say, "Well, it's just
I'm pretending I'm an amputee. Sweetie. I'm the deer hunter tonight. I heard little schoolgirl.
I heard the story of.
Do you think people have fantasies about amputees? I'm sure they do.
You do. Not
I fantasize about it every day. I have nightmares after this show every single week. I wake up in a cold sweat. Fucking amputees. Simulated amputee sex.
So I'm sure that's a thing.
That's Stu's new app.
I so want to Google that. But I just don't want it coming up on my history.
Stu, I dare you to go into bed with Mrs. Googly or whatever you call her to protect her identity, and bend your leg back behind you, and just start dry humping her. And she'll what are you doing? You're really off balance. I'm pretending I'm an amputee. I'm fucking what's his name? Who's the guy that sold shrimp in Forrest Gump?
Oh, yeah, I forget it. Bubba.
Whatever. Yeah.
Bubba.
It's Bubba fantasy porn.
Did you go out and buy a black blanket so when the lights are off, you put it over one of her legs so it looks like she only has one leg?
Did you ever, when you were really getting passionate, did you grab the stump and use it as leverage? Did you and use it to move it around? Really? Listen, it's okay. You got a girl riding you on top. Sometimes you slap her ass or something. You're getting a little wild and crazy. What'd you do with that one-legged bitch? Do you like lick or stomp? Like what did you do? Did you ever ask her once to play Twister? Left stump green.
We're gonna miss Stu when until he comes back.
Anyway, back to we've gone from Kenny and Jenny to what? The uncle?
Yeah.
What do you got? Like a candy cane straw now?
Yeah, this is like the biggest. This is like a fucking cocaine addict's dream. This fucking straw. Holy shit!
I could use one of those right now. Talking to Stu. Anyway, I need to get in his world. All right, so the uncle had one leg and the aunt had one leg. Let's. Do you want to travel down that bridge or not?
Yeah, they weren't related.
Well, I would hope not, because they were dating each other.
No, my uncle and aunt weren't related.
I thought the uncle had a girlfriend.
My uncle, the uncle with one leg, didn't even know about my auntie with no legs.
Oh.
Right, but then he was talking about his Aborigine girlfriend.
Do you have a fear that a lot of your relatives have lost their limbs, and if you stub your toe, you're going to get fucking gangrene and lose the fucking limb? Like, no.
Do you know the worst thing that I used to do?
I'm worried. I
was told a story.
I got a family history of cancer. I got a family history of high blood pressure. You have a family history of people with no fucking limbs.
I'll tell you the worst thing that happened to me once, right? Now, my wife thought I was mental. This has happened in the middle of the night, right? Now, another uncle said to me, his friend lost his leg.
What was his name?
Brian.
His name was Brian. Put down that fucking drink and start writing shit.
Right. Brian's,
I might have him.
Right. Brian's friend come home from the pub,
right?
Went to sleep on the sofa with his leg dangling over the edge.
What was the friend's name?
I don't know.
Okay.
Was this Brian the uncle Carpenter or the step?
Yeah, Carpenter.
I have Brian.
So this is missing limb friend John Doe 1.
Right. So anyway, he's come back from the pub. He's drunk lots. He's had loads to drink. So he's put his leg was dangling on the end of the sofa, on the arm. Yeah, it's cut off his blood supply to his bottom of his leg, and then he's had to have his leg amputated.
You guys need to eat more vegetables or something.
So with that in mind, right? Do you know when people lay on their limbs when they're asleep?
Yes.
And it's like you get a dead arm.
Yeah. It's falling asleep. Yeah, I'm with you.
That's never happened to me. That had never ever happened to me until about 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Never ever. But I've always got that story in the back of my mind that this guy's lost his leg. Right?
He lost his leg because he left it over a couch and it fell asleep.
And he fell asleep, and the blood. Anyway, the blood didn't get to his butt. So I'm in bed with my wife, right? We're asleep. It's in the middle of the night. I wake up. I've got no feeling in my arm whatsoever. Okay.
Yeah.
And all I'm thinking about is my uncle's friend who lost his leg. Right. So I've woke up and I've got my wife, call an ambulance. And I'm like this, right? I'm shaking my arm and I'm throwing it on the wall.
Right.
I'm like, I'll try and show you. I'm like this. I'm waving it and I'm hitting it. And in the meantime, I'm waking all the kids up.
And your wife is still with you.
My wife said to me, be quiet. What's the matter with you? What's the matter? I'm going, call an ambulance. And because she's had this happen to her. And I've never known it at all. Mm-hmm. And then suddenly,
body falls asleep.
She's going, it will come back. And I go, no, I can't. And then I went, oh yeah, I can start to feel it coming back. But I'm like throwing my own arm against the wall. I'm like whacking it, you know. Does that ever happen to you guys?
Yes, it happens a lot, and I've
Well, it happens a lot to me now, and I know what's gonna happen.
It's happened to me when I've gone to turn the
But I
alarm clock off, and I've been sleeping a certain way, and my hand's asleep, and you go like this, and but I've never fucking smacked it against the wall. Like I've never gotten a frying pan out of the cupboard and started smashing
But to not go like that, like really shake the whole thing about.
No, I didn't do the hokey pokey. I just wiggled it like this until it fucking
Look at that. It's like someone else's arm.
It's not someone else's arm. Your hand falls asleep because you're sleeping on it or something.
But all my life, I've never had that.
You must have had a limb fall asleep.
My wife's got half asleep looking up at me going,
never smashed against the wall, or
where my arm fell asleep because I slept wrong, or my leg. Or my foot, something like that.
Yeah.
But no, I've never smashed myself against the wall because I couldn't feel my limb.
Right,
I've lost my arm. I've got nothing to lose.
The lead character in Evil Dead.
You think I've got nothing to lose? I'm just gonna, like shake the fuck out of this and.
Yeah, nothing to lose. You might break a couple knuckles.
But hey, why not? What I want to know is, did you kind of at least a little bit get excited? Like, ooh, I may lose a limb, and get excited by it.
I just remember the relief and a little bit of embarrassment as the tingling started to come back.
I can see Stu running out of the bedroom with a half Christmas tree in the living room, smacking his arm against the fucking door frame. And listen, if you got no arm, what is that going to accomplish? Do you think you have a fucking alligator on the end of your arm? Like what? It's just because you have no feeling. What is smacking your arm relentlessly against?
That's like those when you go to the dentist and you get Novocaine and you can't feel your lip, so you bite on it. And you chew basically your lip off. It's all bloody and shit. And once the feeling comes back, you're in a lot of pain. That's Stu's basically he had Novocaine in his arm and he was smashing it against the wall.
Yeah.
Did you ever wake up and feel groggy and just start smashing your head off the kitchen counter? Like, no wonder you're so weird.
Yeah.
I don't feel as awake as I should be. I think I'll smash my head against the refrigerator 10 times. I can see you standing there in your boxers, smashing your limp arm. Who needs Viagra? I was sitting in the wall.
And this was what, like 3:00 in the morning? Everybody's asleep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No wonder your kids think you're weird. Listen, did you ever think you're in the heat of the moment? Maybe it's your anniversary and you just can't get it up. And what did you do? Like smash your dick between the toilets?
What I want to be his neighbor, and just having to be up at 3:00 in the morning and hear this lunatic smashing into the wall, and wondering what the fuck is going on in that house.
I'm wondering what happened while he was sleeping in my basement for those few days. Did he wake up and start rolling around? I think I'm a tennis ball.
Did you wake up and not know where you were because you were in unfamiliar territory and start smashing into the walls trying to get out?
Like a rhinoceros in the fucking wall in the basement. I gotta get out of here.
It's funny you saying that. Did you wake up? Not wait. No, where you are. But something I did last week when I went away to a hotel reminded me, although I couldn't think what life it was. Is when I went to New York and I broke something. What did I break?
What life it was?
What did I break in the
M&M store?
No, in the Airbnb.
Yeah, you broke something in the bed and breakfast. I don't remember. I gotta go back.
Didn't you break the air conditioner?
No, that was because I done a similar thing in a B&B we went to last week, and it was a really nice place. And I just thought, like the air vent in the bathroom.
Mm.
I started looking around while I was having a shower, and I looked up at the air vent, and it's spinning round, and I was thinking, oh, like
I should stick my finger in there.
it's a bit dusty. I was thinking because I was thinking everywhere's really clean, but that air vent, and I got a bit of tissue paper.
Oh God!
And I started sort of wiping it, and then
this is all while you're in the shower.
Yeah, and then the tissue got caught up there.
Of course it did,
and it stopped going round.
Your wife must.
And so I told the woman,
really
and I said,
you.
like, I said, oh, it's a fantastic place. So there's only one thing. I said the air vent didn't seem to be working in the bathroom.
Right.
That's probably because I didn't switch it on from the outside. I said, oh yeah, it must have been because of that then, you know.
Oh my God. Yeah, when he was here, I think he broke.
He's still logged in the fan at this beautiful Airbnb.
Right. Well, where he was staying, I think he broke the air conditioner in the place that he was staying.
Yes,
because I guess
that story.
Yeah, I guess because as we learned last week, he doesn't know what a fucking in-window air conditioner is, and he didn't know how to use it, so he broke the damn thing. And then we were in the M&M store, and he's carrying something, and he knocks something over. M&Ms go flying everywhere, and he's just like, "Yep, got to go this way." Not me. I was just like, "Oh God, just keep walking."
And then security got me.
Security did get you, but they let you go.
They let me go.
That's the important thing. They didn't apprehend you, and English lives matter, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, you can't take Stu anywhere. He's going to break something.
No, he's very fascinating. He's like, even when I'm driving, he's telling me things. I didn't have a clue what he was telling me. Some of I think I had to merge, but he was using
Oh, the indicator.
The indicator. That's it. You don't have your indicator on.
No, you left your indicator on.
Oh, I left my indicator on. That's what it was. And
he's very particular about these things.
Yeah. It's going to be a great choo-choo trainer. So, okay, so like, are we done with Jenny and Kenny and Uncle?
Dead in the water.
But well, whatever happened? Like, was there ever any like headlines in the Daily Mail or anything like that where this lady's stealing extremities?
No limbless corpses found.
Because you said Kenny went to the funeral, but Jenny never showed it. So we really don't know whatever happened to Jenny.
She's probably serving time.
But you don't know for sure.
No, I don't know. No.
Instead of searching family trees, you should be like Googling these people and coming up with the answers. Like, I'm very curious what happened to Jenny. I mean, she's scarier than that girl from what's that Stephen King movie with James Caan and
Misery.
Misery. That's what Jenny reminds me of.
Did your brother have a special relationship with Jenny? Maybe.
Yeah, this is the brother that Stu's basically disowned. He's like, "Oh, you should have your DNA checked. You've only been fucking sodomized by one of Jenny's limbs because we stranded you there. It's not our fault. It's yours. You decided to stay back with Jenny and Kenny." I think that's the part I'm really struggling with in the whole story, is that you knew Jenny and Kenny for 1 week and you decided to leave little Michael.
But wouldn't you do that?
No.
Leave my kid with that. Oh yeah, you guys seem really nice. We've fish fried and had a campfire together, and you know what? Kid needs another week vacation. I think I'll leave him behind. Yeah, that's the first thing I do.
Yeah. John List seemed like a nice person until he murdered his entire family.
Yeah.
Charles Manson was a wonderful person until he told his followers to kill fucking the people in California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lizzie Borden was great with her parents until
2020. It's not something you would do really now, but back in the day, it was quite normal. You know, they're trustworthy, friendly couple with their own kids. You know,
Ted Bundy, by all admissions, was a charming motherfucker.
Yeah.
And
was
killed
the
everybody.
nicest person I ever met. She threw limbs in the yard to play with. That is not a red flag in my book by any means. Fucking limb stealer. And why was Kenny with her in the first place?
he was her accomplice. He was probably like a hospital porter.
Okay. What's a porter, by the way?
Sort of like pushes the carts about and stuff.
Mrs. B is getting Big B wasted.
Getting topped up.
I can't wait.
She's sitting right beside him. I don't think she's even had a sip.
Oh, sure. She's all the way down.
All right. All right.
She's trying to
Having
put
some-
him in
we're
a
having some
diabetic
lovely-
coma.
We're having some lovely pina coladas.
Is she watching this on YouTube as you partake in pina coladas? Does she even know what we're talking about right now?
No, not at all. She's on her phone doing whatever.
Will
Looking on Amazon.
Will you, as you have your final pina colada before you go to bed, say, "This is what happened tonight, sweetie"?
No.
No, not a chance.
And who says this is my final one? There's still more pina colada left in that mixer.
All right.
As he straps his leg back behind his.
I think you should have simulated amputee sex tonight.
He's very excited. Eric, my
Eric.
little one is here. He's not drinking one though. No, he is not.
Nobody's watching.
I don't know what he's doing at the moment.
He's running around like Tarzan.
Yes, he's in the phase where he just wants to wear underwear. He doesn't want to wear
How hot
pants.
is it in your house right now?
I have the air conditioner on. Stu doesn't understand what this modern technology is, but I have the air conditioner on back there. It's nice and cool in here.
And the eldest kid is obviously playing Xbox.
You need the air conditioning. Here now, it's like we're just getting ready for winter now. It's like the summer's gone. Although it is a bit warm. It's a bit warm. I've got my fan blowing.
I think you have a few months. You haven't harvested the allotment yet. I'm quite concerned, by the way, before Choo Choo Stu leaves us. You have absolutely no interest in the allotment. That was your getaway.
Oh, I know. And in fact, we have harvested Big B's beans. The ones he sent us, the peas. I think it was peas.
Yes, peas. I sent you.
We have harvested them. And eaten them, so that we did grow them. Or when I say we, I say it's like the royal we. It means my wife.
Yeah, because you have taken no part in the allotment.
I haven't
told
really
us about gypsies. You haven't told us about
because
this has been a drought.
No, next season I will, but the wife pissed me off. And in the end, I thought, well, we want to do it your way, you do it your way. And that was it. Because, first of all, she planted raspberries on the Cave Crew plot. Yeah. I had a square patch.
For me.
And I said, first of all, raspberry plants are my worst plants. Okay.
Yeah,
I hate
nothing to do with Cave Crew.
Right. And I said, out of everywhere, out of all the space we could have planted them, you've planted them in my plot. Right, when you've already taken up half the plot with them, so we had a falling out over it, really. And
so you had a spat over the allotment.
Well, a slight one, you know. And,
stop talking to each other.
Look at this, Dad.
But next year I'll be back. I'm going to get in there. I'm going to make my mark. I'm going to take back my territory.
You're going to reclaim the Cave Crew section of the allotment.
Yeah, I'm going to reclaim the whole lot.
So I can. It's safe for me to send you more seeds.
Absolutely, yeah. No, we did grow your seeds anyway, but next year I will.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You had originally invested in some extra property to make the Cave Crew allotment. And then your wife walks in, some Finnish girl, thinking she's from England, taking over the allotment.
Yeah, it was quite upsetting, but I'm over it now.
It's all COVID. Just blame it on COVID.
That's right. Eric wants to know if you put the peas in the sandwich.
Oh, good question. I'm sorry.
No, not yet. No, we barely cooked them. We just podded them and ate them.
No, so how do you serve peas? I'm very interested in it. Is that how you make that mushy shit?
Well,
That's
that's
the
not
mushy
marrow,
peas.
they're dried peas.
So you take poor Big B's beans, which are beautiful and filled with flavor, and you dry them.
No, not Big B's ones, no.
Well, how many different kinds of peas do you have?
I sent him 2 different kinds.
Yeah, I think you sent us like Monge 2 or something.
I have no idea what I sent you.
Yeah,
I sent you. I just went to the store, picked out peas. After I bought them, I realized they were 2 different kinds.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I don't care. I'm sending them to you anyway.
Yeah. But they were both grown because we've had several varieties of peas.
Can you
and
do me a
beets
favor?
and
I
that
want
sort of
you to
thing.
do me a favor because Eric is a great longtime listener of the show. What I'd like you to do is I would like you to take some of those peas. I would like you to take your naked bread and place them in whatever the fuck the name of that machine was. I don't know.
Yeah.
The Brevla. And do something with peas and maybe like a polenta or some, do create.
Peas, polenta, and bacon or something like that.
That would be, and show us a picture. We'll upload it to the Facebook page. Just because you're not on the show doesn't mean you can't engage with us anymore.
Oh, I know.
I mean, after all, I'm just leaving social media. I'm too good for you fuckers. Just one day, we got fucking Jason Scott, all these. What? Why did Choo Choo unfriend me? I don't know. He disappeared on me too. Fucker all of a sudden decided he was going to be a monk and head into the mountains. I have no idea what he did.
Social media is very tiresome.
What's so tiresome about it?
It's just tiresome.
If you don't want to read it, you fucking skip by it. It's just everything tastes good with bacon, Eric says.
And it's true.
It does.
Including, I got to see bees.
And if you put cheese on the top, it's even better.
Yeah, with the Plementa machine, with the naked side of the bread buttered upside down.
And he sees my little one giving the metal horn, so he gave it back.
He's doing the metal horn.
He is doing.
All right, Stu, you have approximately 5 minutes. We're going to name the show. This is it. If you got to get anything else off your chest, I know you'll be back. I know at some point we're all going to be together again. But is there any... Don't leave us with a cliffhanger. All these people with no limbs. Did any of them reproduce and have a child with no limb?
I don't think so.
So it's not a genetic thing.
No. Gangrene, twisted limbs through, the wrong medicine issued when they were pregnant and stuff. Thalidomide.
Thalidomide.
My favorite drug.
Flipper babies.
Yeah.
I have a
Fortunately, none of my family were that thalidomides. They were all. Well, Joan was born with her legs back to front, but
I'm really scared I'm going to wake up and start smacking my limb against the wall.
But next time you do that, you'll think of me. Next time you wake up, just go like that.
Next time, I've never done it before. It's not something I do. I don't wake up in the middle of the night and do YMCA against my fucking wall.
I've always been very active in the hours of darkness.
Especially under a bridge in a forest where you lose underwear.
I actually used to use this coach. Now I write Cape Crew Radio notes.
There you go. You need to get a book. Is he frozen?
No, I think he's writing something.
Anybody else out there, YouTube?
There he is.
If you want to name a show.
You were frozen for a while.
Who?
You.
I get the fastest internet in the world. I just went like this.
Your video is still frozen.
No, he just went to sleep for a minute.
Oh, was that it? Oh,
Can you hear me now?
There we go.
I'm still here.
Eric says baked bean sandwiches and amputee sex.
Okay, so baked bean sandwich and amputee sex. That's a very long.
Would it not be amputee sex followed by a baked bean sandwich?
Well, that's up to you. You haven't given your choice yet. I have a few things written down. I have a few things written down, which is weird tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I have a simulated amputee sex.
Mm-hmm.
I have just plain naked bread.
Yeah.
I have lockdown theater goodies. And I have butter the bread on the wrong side.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I got.
Stu, do you have anything?
I must admit, I haven't got a pen and paper today. I'm terrible, you know.
Nothing in your head.
But there's several. I don't think anything would have trumped what you guys have done, or what Eric has said. I would have been pretty much the same as you guys.
Well, BB hasn't done this yet. We're usually in for a shebang when it's his turn.
All right. So you want me to give you mine?
Yeah, I'll try.
So I wrote down 3 things. First, it just made me laugh at the very beginning of the show. It makes a delicious snack. It just made me laugh.
Yeah.
Then again, just like you said, I had put the butter on the wrong side of the bread.
Yeah.
But then I don't know who said it, but to me, it was the laugh of the night. A matchmaker for limbless people.
Now that is quite good, actually.
All right, so let's narrow this down. Hang on. Limbless. I don't even know how to spell this shit. Limbless people.
What the hell is going on?
I think his camera keeps.
Your camera.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Right. So this fucking camera comes on. I'm not even going to change it. It's the end of the show.
Right.
All right. So I am here with you folks. Here's what we got. Baked bean sandwich and amputee sex. Then we had 2 votes for butter the bread on the wrong side. And then we had matchmaker for limbless people. So we got to vote on those 3. Without yawning and falling asleep.
Sorry. You have to excuse me. It is late here, and I've had a really busy day today.
Well, and I realize that, but here we go. Matchmaker for limbless people.
Mm-hmm.
Baked bean sandwich and amputee sex. Or butter the bread on the wrong side.
I would go for a matchmaker with limbless people. For limbless people.
Okay, Big B, are you solid on that?
Yeah, that's my favorite.
All right, then I'll have to go with that. So, ladies and gentlemen, the name of this week's show is Matchmaker for Limbless People. I'll have to do
If I saw that on a podcast title, I would download it for sure.
It's like roasted potato sex party. All right, kids. I'm sorry. For some reason, this camera keeps switching over on me. I'm not going to fix it because I'm going to put this up. You've been listening to Cave Crew Radio. Don't worry, Stu will be back again. But other than that, Big B and myself will be back next week, bringing all the weird news, strange stories, our take on the world that we live around us. And Choo Choo Stu always downloads and provides feedback, so that's a good thing. Eric, great to see you tonight. Kyle, great to see you tonight. Everybody else out there. Mike Joel, it's people we can't see because you watch on pages that don't allow us to see you. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, we bid you adieu. Say good night, gentlemen.
Later.
Good night, gentlemen.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!